please help me welcome. He's the man who has in the past 3 years 1x से लेके 4x तक लेके आया है कंपनी को, मिस्टर कीर्ति प्रकाश.
This is Pitch Perfect.
Hi guys, welcome to yet another episode of Pitch Perfect, but this is a slight offshoot. We're calling this Beyond the Blueprint. क्योंकि normally Pitch Perfect में हम project specific बात करते हैं, but this time we decided कि we'll go dig a little deeper about the brand and especially about the people that make that brand. So we are very closely associated with the Today Group, and they're in the process of revamping, rebranding the whole exercise. And आज हम जिनके साथ मिल रहे हैं, he's the man who has in the past 3 years 1x से लेके 4x तक लेके आया है कंपनी को. उनसे समझते हैं कि x की वैल्यू क्या है. प्लीज़ हेल्प मी वेलकम मिस्टर कीर्ति प्रकाश, who is the Chief Business Officer for Today Group. Kirti sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Shubham. Thank you for having me over here.
1x से 4x की जर्नी आसान नहीं है for any business for that matter. And in 3 years, that too hats off. तो पहला तो हम समझते हैं कि x की वैल्यू क्या है. ये 1x से जो 4x पे आए हम लोग, the Today Group, and how did it actually transpire?
देखो शुभम, एक्स का वैल्यू हमारे कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आप मान लो करीबन 100 करोड़ है. जब आप मेरे बोल रहे थे तो मैं सोच रहा था वो कौन सा एक शब्द है जिसमें सारा आंसर आ जाएगा. एंड इन माई लाइफ देयर इज वन वर्ड कॉल्ड सेरेंडिपिटी which has played a big role.
Okay.
And serendipity was at play here. We were very lucky.
Okay.
When I say lucky, we were in the right location, which is Navi Mumbai. We had the right sort of launch pad for, in terms of our expansion, and then the right kind of people came along. So with the promoters, Bhadresh bhai, Bhavesh bhai, my experience being there, and we had been able to put together a great team of people who've been able to achieve this all together. So that's been the recipe for success for us. And I would take pride in saying that we've been able to largely redefine the real estate sales in Navi Mumbai.
पहले Today Global था, अब Today Group है. Now Today Group is now changing the landscape, the entire Navi Mumbai, right? I wanted to specially ask you कि what is the story behind this man जिसने ये इतना बड़ा amazing चमत्कार किया एक तरीके से. Changing the landscape is not easy at all. So how difficult is it for you, sitting in this chair and making decisions day in and day out? And थोड़ा आपके बारे में बताइए.
तो I think शुभम जो हमारी growth हुई है ना, if you were to ask me what has stood out in terms of the way we've conducted ourselves, is that we've taken risks. We've taken some big risks, from a conventional real estate decision making standpoint.
So basically risk है तो इश्क है.
हाँ.
Really played well for you guys. Okay.
And दूसरा जो एक चीज़ रही है वो ये है कि हम लोग बहुत nimble हैं. We take our decisions very quickly. If we see that something's not working out, we pivot very quickly. Because we are a very young organization, we're not bound by any fixed frameworks कि ऐसा करेंगे तो ऐसा ही होगा. We innovate on the go. So that's been something which is very, very helpful, which has been very, very helpful for us in reaching where we've reached. And I think जैसे आप पूछ रहे थे ये मैंने कहाँ से सीखा या कहाँ से मैं ऐसे यहाँ पे कैसे पहुँचा, तो I think it was basically the journey that I've had. I come from a place called Meerut, so वहाँ से schooling वगैरह करके I was very fortunate, and I think the stars were right that I landed up in NDA, National Defense Academy. I was an Army
This I did not know about you.
Very few people know. In fact, for a lot of people who will be seeing this, who are very close friends, this is the first time I'm revealing this.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
What was your first impression when you met these guys? पहली बार आप मिले थे या आप इस रूम में आए होंगे and भावेश भाई, भद्रेश भाई sitting on the other side of the table. पहला impression क्या था आपका?
Both of them have a wicked sense of humor. Okay. And
Okay.
so अंदर आते ही भावेश भाई ने as his habit is 2-3 भारी वाले जोक मारे जिसको समझने में मेरे को टाइम लगा. And भद्रेश भाई obviously was rolling in laughter.
Okay.
And it was a little unsettling, because we came from that background कि when you're with promoters or callers stiff होते हैं,
Exactly.
Everybody's a little uptight around them. And I was like, यार okay, ठीक है, चलो interesting है. But जब बातें करने शुरू हुई तभी also realized कि मेरे को realize हुआ कि इन लोगों के अंदर डेप्थ कितनी है, क्योंकि ज़मीन से उठे हुए हैं, देखी हुई है तकलीफ है.
I want to understand कि how is the Today Group now functioning in terms of एम्प्लॉय एंगेजमेंट जो आपने मिला, अब आगे लोगों को कैसे मिल रहा है वो? व्हाट इज इट दैट इज गेटिंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड टू देम इन टर्म्स ऑफ द नॉलेज, द अपॉर्चुनिटीज, द बिहेवियर, एवरीथिंग?
There are two things which are pertinent to the way our defense forces work. First is the emphasis on process, right? Processes supersede everything else, and processes develop people. Our defense forces are, apart from the technology and everything else, at the core are our, the defense service personnel who build up our forces. That's how we've approached it. We are hyper focused on our people, hyper focused on their happiness, hyper focused on their development.
Okay.
I'm very proud to tell this to you. I think नवी मुंबई में मैं ये क्रेडिट ले सकता हूँ टुडे के बिहाफ पे. लास्ट ईयर हमने ₹1.25 करोड़ खर्च करा ओनली ऑन एम्प्लॉय लर्निंग एंड डेवलपमेंट. We've identified our high potentials and we've created a high potential club, right? So we are hyper focused on their development. We want to assure our team members. We have one of the lowest attrition rates in real estate today.
Interesting.
Very simple. We do what our team wants to do.
Okay.
Right? Our team is hungry to learn.
A brand that has been successful, they've done it, and so much so that they are focusing more on the leisure activities because उन्हें पता है कि business is sorted. ये आपने ऑटो पायलट कैसे अचीव किया?
तो उससे पहले मैं एक अम्ब्रेला स्टेटमेंट, एक अम्ब्रेला वर्ड यूज़ करता हूँ. फ्रेज है कंसल्टेटिव अप्रोच. तो शुभम, कंसल्टेटिव के नीचे भी ना there are 3 legs which are like the pillars of our philosophy within the organization.
Okay.
देखो, पहला है planning.
Okay.
We plan like crazy.
Okay.
We do every scenario, visualization that can emerge, and then we diss a lot of them to arrive at what would be the most likely scenario. We are very uncomplicated in the way we approach our planning, put our facts together. Most of our decision making happens on these Excel tables. The second part obviously is, and I don't think I have emphasized enough, but it means a lot to us, is the people part of it, right? We stick very closely to the kind of knowledge that we've gleaned, the intellectual capital that we have built up in this organization. We take a lot from all of it. And Shubham, the third one is the process part of it. We process every bit of information. We work very closely with our people. And that's where I go back to this umbrella term, consultative approach, right? We take all our stakeholders along.
So what is that one thing that is really standing you out from the crowd?
शुभम, आज के एपिसोड को ना आप सेरेंडिपिटी टॉक्स करके लेबल कर देना. अगेन सेरेंडिपिटी, राइट?
Okay.
हमारे प्रोजेक्ट्स के जो भी नाम रहे हैं, उत्सव सिटी, अमोद, मंगलम, आनंदम, सौभाग्यम, the central theme, the core of all these projects is happiness. Right? We've never had any formal discussions around it, but everything that we decide to do somewhere ends at happiness. Like I said, people, happiness. हमने कहा happiness ही तो है सब कुछ. आप customer centric हो, आप happiness deliver कर रहे हो. आप people centric हो, team centric हो, आप happiness deliver कर रहे हो. आप सब stakeholders पे focus कर रहे हो. You're delivering happiness.
Right.
So happiness has been the core which is there.
So which is the immediate next project that you're really looking forward to? शुभम, ये आ रहा है, मज़ा आने वाला है. मार्केट में कुछ तो तहलका मचने वाला है.
तहलका तो मचने वाला है शुभम.
Okay.
We are doing this township of about 30 odd acres, not too far away from where we are sitting. This is a part of Kharghar. Eventually when Kharghar will, the extended fringes of Kharghar will get merged into core Kharghar. This will be Kharghar. So Kharghar में 30 acre का township आ रहा है, and we are doing some path-breaking stuff there,
Okay.
right? The kind of brand alliances, the partnerships, the kind of amenities we are developing there. देखिए, हम ये नहीं बोलते कि हम branded residences देंगे. Branded residences तो are labels that you put and you charge a lot to your customers, but we are giving them those branded experiences in day-to-day living. मैं आपको promise कर सकता हूँ शुभम कि वो जगह एक ऐसी रहेगी, वो टाउनशिप ऐसी रहेगी जहाँ पे आपका मन करा करेगा कि यार चलो काम खत्म हो गया, भाग के मैं घर जाता हूँ, भाग के मैं अपने
इम्पोर्टेंट
में सुकून मिलेगा मेरे को. मैं बाहर जितना भी मैं टाइम बिताऊंगा, मैं अपने इलाके में जा रहा हूँ, अपनी टाउनशिप में जा रहा हूँ, अपने घर पे जा रहा हूँ. your house will extend outside of that 2 BHK or 3 BHK or 4 BHK that you'll buy with us.
Kirti ji, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for your time. And for all the people who are watching, here's Mr. Kirti Prakash for you, who's the Chief Business Officer for Today Group, the new face of Navi Mumbai. It was such a pleasure talking to you, Kirti ji. And guys, stay tuned for the next episode of Today Global Beyond the Blueprint.